Hey everyone, how's it going? So hopefully this video comes out different or better. I actually had to get a new phone yesterday. So, like I said, I do everything on my phone. So this is the new Galaxy, whatever it's not a Note anymore. My other phone was a Note 20. This is, I forgot what the heck they call this. It's like the latest and greatest, ultra something, whatever. I don't know. I don't pay attention too much to that type of technology. But anyway, so here we go. I got that Silverado in, the one with the broken, or sorry, Sierra, right? Yeah, Sierra, same thing, just different nameplate. I got that in, the one with the broken valve spring. So I already have my leak down tester hooked up, and I had the cylinder pressurized, and I pulled the valve up just to make sure it was seated. So now we got to pull this thing apart. When you're doing this job, make sure you don't disconnect the air at any point in time, because you're going to be absolutely miserable if that happens to you. Happened to me once. So anyway, let's take a look in here and see what we got. So like I said, hopefully this video comes out good. It's the first time using it, so I may have a couple of editing issues or bugs that I got to work out. So let's see what happens. So here we go. And here it is. And like I said, I made a major mistake when I first got this thing inside, and I tapped that because the one keeper shot out, but it landed down there somewhere. I didn't really care at that point, as long as it didn't land in the motor. So here we go. And there you go. That's a broken valve spring. Well, hopefully it's going to be okay. I don't know yet. So how do we change this actually? Because here we go. I have a spring. I have locks here somewhere. Yeah, here they are. Or retainers, whatever you want to call them. Here's the spring. I got a new valve cover gasket too. So how do you actually change this? Well, there's a tool that was originally designed for the old small block Chevys and small block Fords that had studs coming out. And it's kind of like a seesaw type tool that you put on there, and it uses the bolt that holds the rocker down, and you seesaw it to compress the spring and put the locks or keepers in place. So I got to see if I can configure it to make it work. So let me do that first. I'm going to probably pull the push rod out, so this way it's not in my way. I did keep the rocker arms in order, so this way I put them back in order, basically front to back in that orientation there. So let me set up that tool. Oh, here, let me find it real quick. Hang on one second. All right, so this is the actual tool here. And basically you put it on there and you seesaw it, and it compresses the spring. So let me configure this just to make sure that this is going to fit the way I want it to, and we're going to go from there, all right? So I actually found that bolt with a stud on the end, and I screwed it in there. So this is basically a threaded bolt that will go into something, but on the other end is like a stud that's part of the bolt. I was able to put that in place. I have the spring and the retainer in place, and basically I'm going to put this down like this, and I have to come up with something like maybe a socket and a nut or something just to take up the space, so this way I can rock this like this to compress the spring. Hopefully this tool is going to work. If not, I got to figure something else out. But let me see what I can come up with. There's really no way for me to film this entire process. I just don't have the room to do it. Once I get GoPros and stuff like that, then I'll be able to do that, but just right now I kind of can't. So let me go ahead and see what I can't figure out here. So I just want you to see what I came up with so far. I have this, but the problem is it's hitting the cylinder head right in there. See that? So I can't compress the spring enough. So I'm going to have to modify the tool a little bit to make it fit, or come up with something else. Let me see what I can do here, because I'm willing to sacrifice the tool to make this work. But really all I got to do is grind a little bit off the tool. I won't grind a piece off the head. Trust me, I know some people that would have done that. So yeah, let me see what I can come up with here, but that's the general idea of what I'm doing. So there we go. I got that like that, and now this is going to be quite difficult. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but there, I can compress it down. I'm going to probably have to figure out something, or maybe I can ratchet tie that to over here somehow, just to keep that thing down. Because also I got to be careful, because I definitely do not want to drop those locks or keepers, whatever you want to call them, down inside there, because that would just really make for a miserable day. Let me see what I can come up with. But yeah, as you see, I ground the edge off that, and now it clears. So, all right, let me figure this out. So there we go. I actually came up with that to the lift. Obviously, I could have gone down to the rim if I wanted to. I wouldn't. This way, I wouldn't be worried about the paint or anything like that. It's a soft strap. But as you see, I got it down like that. So I'm good with that. Just got to be careful with these going in. Now, in case you don't know it, these are a tapered fit. That's what actually locks them in place. As you see, one end is larger than the other. It's because it's tapered. And they're on the inside. That's what locks it to the valve. So the taper is what keeps it in place. So now I can't film this. There's really no way for me to get in there, film this, and do this at the same time without dropping them. So got to get these in place, and we're going to go from there. But I should have no issue, I think. So let's find out. So there we go. I got them in place. And as you can see, that's transmission assembly gel. And as you can see, I'm just using that to hold it in place. You can use grease. Doesn't really matter what kind. You can use grease to hold it. So now I'm going to release this, and I'm going to do it slowly. So, like I said, there again, I can't really film this. I got no place to film it, or no place to stick the camera. Well, actually, wait a second. Let's see, will that work right there? All right. So I'm just going to do this slowly and gently. At least that's the idea. Okay. Well, that worked. And there it is. It's locked in place, so I'm happy with that. That's good. I'll wipe the grease off because I just want to make sure the locks are fully seated. So that's good. So now, I just got to reassemble everything. So, as I always say, reverse procedure to install. Let me get this back together, and then let's start it up and see how she runs. Hopefully, that solves the issue. I'm hoping it didn't tap the valve, but we're about to find out. So there we go. Everything's all together. Let's start it up and let's see what we got. Oh, actually, you know what would help? Keys. I gotta grab the keys. I actually put the keys in my toolbox. Hang on. I didn't want anybody accidentally cranking this thing. So hang on one second. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna still have to clear the check engine light and all that other happiness. Let's see what she does. Hang on one second. Like I said, we could have a valve issue, don't know yet. Tell you what, she's smooth. Alright, she's smooth. I'm happy with that. So, could have just been like some crud built up on the valve in that short period of time that the valve hung open. But it feels pretty darn smooth. Let's just verify underneath the hood that everything's good there. Yeah. And then we're going to go on a road test. Alright, she sounds good. Let me grab my scanner. We're going to clear codes. We're going to go for a ride. Alright, so I just cleared everything out of it. And let's take it for a road test. I'm going to take this thing for a nice little decent road test. Just make sure everything's good. Well, we got no lights or anything, and I got the scanner hooked up this way in case anything crops up. At least this way I can observe it. So, all right, let's go for a ride. So, just went on a 25-mile road test, not a single misfire, absolutely running perfect. So, I am delighted. So, we're all good with that. And can I get through here? Just tight fit, tight fit, tight fit. Yes, I can. Okay, very good. All right. So, that's it. I'm happy with that repair. All right, guys. So hopefully you got something out of that. That was a good one. So I'm all good with that. All right. So if you're getting something out of my videos, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. If you look down in the description, I have links to different tools and stuff that I personally use that you can get off of Amazon, and it's all very good home stuff, and it's not super expensive stuff. It's very well priced stuff. I think the Gearwrench set might be a little on the expensive side, but they're really, really good tools, and I love them. I've had the cheaper ones. I won't use them anymore. They don't last. Gearwrench is by far the best. They don't endorse me at all. I'm just putting it out there. All right. So, like I said, if you're getting something out of my videos, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, guys, have a great day. Keep wrenching.